Welcome back to Real Talk. It's episode 194. I'm your host, Nathan. I'm joined by the man himself, Matthew Neves, to my left. And today, we're going to be discussing an interesting topic, something a little different movie theme park rides.
Yeah. So wanted to talk about this because you recently went to Florida,
Yes.
Universal.
That was on my bucket list from, since I was a kid, literally like a childhood dream of mine to go to Universal. Finally made it happen. And I'm glad I waited until I was older to experience those because, I'll remember that stuff for the rest of my life.
Hell yeah.
Like if I went when I was like 8 years old, I'd be like, oh, I don't remember shit.
No, yeah, that's a while, yeah.
So it was, man, I spent a day there and I literally felt like I was a kid for a whole day. It was pretty incredible. My expectations were high and it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
Being from Canada, like we don't have any kind of equivalent.
Closest we were was back when Paramount was co-owned by Canada's Wonderland. But that's it. Nothing like this. Nothing like this.
There's absolutely no equivalent here. So seeing it, I understand the hype. It was an incredible experience, and that's kind of why we wanted to talk about some of the history of movie theme park rides, some of the ones we've gone on, maybe some movies that we'd like to see a ride.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I think that'd be
I got
interesting
some
to
ideas
talk about.
too, yeah.
So let's go back to where it all started because in my research for this episode, I thought this was quite interesting. So the first ever, let's call it movie theme park ride or mixed reality kind of ride,
Right.
was Coney Island's Trip to the Moon in 1901.
Damn.
Which used projection and mechanical effects to send riders on a fantasy journey to the moon.
That's fucking awesome.
1901. I never would have guessed they were trying to do stuff like this that early.
I could kind of see vaudeville-esque type of actions like that, where it's just like, because that was during vaudeville,
Right.
Film was still very new. Lumiere brothers and a few other filmmakers were still experimenting. Not really films. They were just experimenting. It's like, hey, can we shoot this? And they were able to with Trip to the Moon with the effects and whatnot. And it's really, really cool how they were able to make it like a 4D experience.
Very interesting, right? I wonder what that looked like if it was. I wonder what that experience was like. I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. Also, Trip to the Moon was George Méliès, not Lumiere brothers, but still, it was around that era.
Right, absolutely.
Long ago.
And then after that, Disneyland opens in 1955, and this, changes the game.
Absolutely.
To like, kind of what we have in modern day. And when it opened, it had opening day rides like Peter Pan's Flight and Snow White's Adventures, which I think are kind of the first cases of like movie tie-in rides.
Yeah, Walt Disney was like the one that kind of broke out merchandising because he was like, he sold so many of these toys and all that, and it's just like, how can I make this even bigger? Just make a land and let's put rides on top of it. And it's like, it was so insane at the time because it was like 1955. Nobody even thought of this. This is 10 years after World War II.
Wow.
Really take in how innovative and how insane this floor plan was. Like, he had this floor plan planned out like, okay, we're gonna have this here, we're gonna have that, and they're all looking at him like, do we have this money? Like,
right. Or is this even possible?
Yeah.
Because there's no example, no comparison in any other industry, really.
No,
either.
Yeah.
And then Universal kind of starts doing, Universal Studios starts with backlot studio tour. So it's not a theme park, but they start offering tours, and then they expand these tours to like start incorporating some ride tech and virtual reality.
Okay, nice.
And then eventually we kind of get the park we know now, which in the 70s they added like a Jaws scene on a tram. So in 1976, that's like the OG kind of Jaws ride.
The original Jaws.
And things kind of expanded from there. Universal Orlando opens in the 90s. It has Jaws. It has King Kong.
Yeah.
And then Disney expands, building Star Wars stuff, Toy Story, all of that.
They went international too.
Exactly.
Which was a big thing too. It got even bigger because they went worldwide.
They go international, and then in the 90s, we get some classics like the Back to the Future ride, the Top Gun stuff, right? Which I wish I got to experience the OG Back to the Future ride. Man.
I just missed it.
Did you just miss it?
My first time was when they introduced Simpsons. Simpsons replaced it. That whole land.
Yeah, that was the Back to the Future area there. Yeah.
Yep. All they have is a DeLorean there left.
So how old were you when you first went?
7 or 8.
Oh, cool.
So they closed it in like 06. Universal Back to the Future ride. I wasn't able to go on the Jaws one, but I was able to go on like Terminator 2, that virtual 4D experience.
That's sick.
That was pretty fun. That one closed down, but a lot of these rides, like the Jimmy Neutron one's not there anymore. They had a Jimmy Neutron.
They had a Jimmy Neutron?
Yeah, they replaced it with
I would have loved that as a kid.
Yeah.
I love Jimmy Neutron.
He was so good. That was good. Was Shrek still there when you were?
So Shrek had a swamp, but like a
They
swamp
didn't have the 4D
area,
ride?
but I didn't see the 4D ride.
No, they replaced the fucking 4D ride, man.
Yeah.
Do you know that 4D experience thing?
No.
It was just a continuation of the first Shrek movie. So it was the ghost of Lord Farquaad trying to kill Fiona. And that was the story. And you were able to experience that in the 4D seats.
No, I think that's gone. I did not see that.
Yeah, a lot of these rides are old too. That's why they replace them, because people are like, oh, well, fucking Minions makes more money. So we'll replace the Jimmy Neutron with Minions.
Man, they go hard on the Minions now. Like,
I know.
I was over there. I was like, wow, Minions is this popular. Like, you guys are devoting this much of the park to Minions. Like, this is crazy to me.
They look at the numbers, Nathan. That's like their Mickey Mouse. That's literally their Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, damn. I was just happy that I caught E.T.
Oh, yeah. E.T.'s going to be there forever.
I hope so.
I think it's a Spielberg contract, because Spielberg helped fund Florida Universal. So he's like, dude, you're keeping the E.T. ride.
Because I was literally transported into a different decade when I walked into that E.T. ride.
Mm-hmm.
You come from the line outside, and then you go into this line inside that feels like a 90s theater.
Yeah, man.
And then you get your card, and there's pictures of Spielberg on the wall and behind the scenes photos of the film.
Yeah.
And then you get into another line that's just like the forest.
Yeah.
And the feels in there, bro. Like, out of all the rides and all the waiting you have to do at these godforsaken parks, because they do not care about your experience. They know, they are very aware of what they have.
Oh, yeah.
They are very aware that it's a handful of places in the world that you can experience something like this.
Yep.
And that shows with the prices, the wait times. They're like, yeah, we're going to pack up this park. I don't care if every ride takes 2.5 hours to get on. That's just what it's going to be. And thinking about that, I'm like, that's like so bullshit, and like that shouldn't be allowed, obviously. But when you do ride the rides, you're like, man, I kind of fucking get it. Like, I always felt like it was worth it if it was a good ride, man. Because it's such an experience you'll never forget. And the ET one was like that.
Yeah.
I had so much fun waiting in the line for that one.
Yeah, they make it interesting. That's the thing with these, when you're waiting in the line, you want to see something. You want to be like somewhat intrigued by it. Like the Transformers ride had that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you're in Transformer, the cube, essentially.
Absolutely.
You're watching clips of the movies. You're seeing the general talk to you. You're seeing the robots talk to you. It's like, give us something if we're going to wait in a fucking line for an hour.
It's amazing how they set up these line queues, eh?
Yeah.
Like, some of them I could not believe. It was like one room and then another room and then another room and then another room and then another room. Spider-Man was like that. Like, I started off outside.
Yeah.
And then when I got to the front door of Spider-Man, I'm like, okay, like we must be close.
Oh, no.
Oh, there was like 6 rooms to go through still.
You got the Stan Lee room. You got the Hulk room. You got the Marvel character.
The Daily Bugle and everything. And by the time I got on the ride, I was exhausted. But then you ride it and I was like, yeah, that was worth it. That was incredible. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
It's fucking insane. You know what would have been a perfect time, like in terms of cheap tickets and being able to go on the rides and, not having to deal with line bullshit? Unironically, during COVID.
Yeah, for sure.
They were spam emailing so many people being like,
please,
70% off.
Please come.
Please come. Yeah, because not even, like, I guess the residents there were able to, but they already give them deals.
That's right. I noticed that on the ticket booths. It was like, for Florida residents, this price. For regular people, for tourists,
basically everyone else, fuck off.
Yeah. Like, which is crazy too, man.
They don't care. They don't care. And Disney, dude, if you think Universal's bad, Disney started that. Walt Disney fucking tickets there, man. Oh, dude, Universal looked at Disney's prices and were like, yeah, we can do that.
I mean, they do this, so we could do that, right? It was definitely one of those scenarios.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Disney finesse seems even more crazy,
it's insane.
bro.
It's insane.
Because like their parks span, like their parks are like much larger. They have so many parks, right? So it's like you can't do everything in a day.
No.
Like even Universal, like I got tickets to both parks.
That you were able to get both. That's the thing. They split it into two. It was never that distinct.
Now they split it into three because they just opened the Mario one this month. So it's literally like that part was fenced off and it opened like a few weeks after I had gone.
Shit.
They have a sick Donkey Kong Country ride that I really want to do.
That looks
the Mario World looks sick and I want to go back, but yeah, so now it's 3 parks. So now that becomes like undoable in a day.
Yeah, there's no fucking way you can do all that.
Even for me, like I got there right when it opened. We left pretty much when it closed. And you know, we were lucky in this. People said that we were lucky in the sense that we got to do like 8 or 9 rides, which is actually good for a full day.
Yeah, no. I remember like as a kid, we did the water park. There was a water park at I believe it was Universal. Yeah. Islands of Adventure has a water park area. And we only did 1 or 2 and people are like, "Wow, you were able to do 1 or 2? That's crazy." I'm like, "But fucking Canada's Wonderland, you could do all of them."
Yeah.
But it's because you know these characters, you know the IP recognition. Everyone's gonna look and it's like, "Oh my god, Woody Woodpecker ride." Even if it's fucking Woody Woodpecker, you're getting a 30-minute wait line time. It's like, shit, man.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
What was Harry Potter like for you?
The Harry Potter like world is pretty. Was that open when you were there? No.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Already.
Yeah, but it was before. They split it into 2, so I was able to go on all the fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now it's like fuck you. Now you can only get half of it.
Yeah, that's right. And then the train takes you between the parks.
Yeah,
but the Harry Potter world was insane. The attention to detail there is crazy. The ride, the Hagrid's Great Adventure, is probably the most popular ride.
Is that the virtual one?
No, this is the one where you're like on a bike. You're on a motorcycle.
That's
Hagrid's motorcycle.
Yeah, that's fucking good.
It's really fast.
Yeah,
really great ride. 2.5 hour wait though.
Yeah,
like it was.
I'm surprised that was longer than the virtual one. You know, the virtual one when you go to Hogwarts
I
Castle?
didn't get to do that one.
Okay, because I remember I looked at that wait time. I was like 3 hours.
Because after Hagrid's up, bro, I was defeated. I was like,
that's fair.
I don't like Harry Potter this fucking much. Like I'm not devoting 6 hours of my day to Harry Potter.
Right.
Respectfully, I want to move on and see everything else.
Understandable. Did you get any butterbeer?
I didn't get butterbeer.
Fair enough.
I didn't think I was gonna like it.
It tastes fine.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
Look, the thing is, when you get butterbeer, when you get a Krusty Burger, when you get all these things, you're getting it because of the name, not the quality. And you look at the price and you think to yourself, is it worth the rest of the day?
Yeah.
So that's what you got to contemplate when you're at these theme parks. It's like, oh, do I really want to pay $25 for a Goofy shake?
Yeah.
Is Goofy really that important to me, guys?
For sure. I definitely had that mindset too. And I was more just like, I need to buy water. Fuck a Goofy shake.
But the water is expensive.
Yeah, and we're out here in the sun all day. I need to drink water, not butterbeer, if I want to survive this.
Fuck, man. You know what we did? We got this big cup as a family, and we shared it all, and we just put water in it.
Yeah, it's smart.
Because water bottles and stuff, they're like, no, you gotta throw it away. If you go on the ride, they just throw it away.
Yeah, that's
Those
right.
Fucks.
And some of them you can't even bring your. So like the Hagrid's Great Adventure, right? Like
yeah.
The lockers are outside before the line,
and
they're like, no hat, no phone, no side bag.
Yep.
So I have to leave my phone and all my stuff in this locker and just stand and just raw dog life for 2.5 hours. It's brutal. I'm just standing there.
Was it outside?
It's outside. It was outside for maybe 35 minutes of walking towards the castle.
Right.
Then in the castle, you cannot believe how many rooms of lines there are. It was the record.
Yeah.
Like I thought Spider-Man was bad. No exaggeration.
No,
it's
worse.
10 different rooms.
That's
and
worse.
Every room is like, a squiggly line, like it's back and forth. It's back and forth of just full lines. Like there's nothing there.
Fuck. You know what they should do? If the line is that fucking long, each room, Play a different Harry Potter film. I fucking dare them.
Right?
Why not?
Yeah, I'd show a movie, dead ass.
Because you won't even know how long the line is when you do that. Because most of the movies are like 2 hours, 2 hour wait time. Fucking.
That's true. Throw up a projector with one of the movies in each room.
Yeah. Potterheads would fucking love that. They'd be quoting that, dude. And they'd be like, they wouldn't complain about the wait time. A lot of those movies could do that. A lot of those movie themed rides, but.
That's kind of genius, though. Yo, Universal, cut the check.
You know what I realized, though? If it's Universal, Harry Potter's owned by Warner Brothers. Fuck. There's probably something to it then. I don't know, because a lot of those IPs that we're talking about right now, like, Universal doesn't own Spider-Man.
Right. So, yeah,
they own the Hulk, really though.
So, yeah. So they're showing, like, these animations in there that are, like, the 90s cartoons. Or even play that. Like, how cool would that fucking be?
They have to
just play play episodes of the 90s cartoons in different rooms.
That would have been something.
Because you could literally watch a whole episode in one room.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Easily.
30 minutes.
If not 2.
Yeah. Dude, this is what I mean. The lines are, it's really cool that they're adding all this shit and like, interactive, but also if it's going to be over 3 hours long and they know it's going to be, play a fucking episode. Play a fucking movie.
Yeah, like I need more than just like some castle walls and like, you know, some...
Oh, wow. One of the paintings is talking.
Basic set design, you know? Like, it's cool if you're passing through. Right. But if you're standing in the room for an hour, you need something a little bit more, you know?
Did you go on the Transformers ride?
I did.
How long was that lineup?
I luckily...
You went early?
No, we caught this like after. So you like they let you get that. They sign you up for the app, right? They tell you to get the app and then you put like a code. This is new from
this
your
is
experience.
new. I've not heard of this. Yeah.
So they have a universal app that they tell you to download in the beginning.
Okay.
And you could track the line times on the app at all times.
Dude, we had to like walk to like a base station basically and be like, okay, 40 minutes, this, 30 minutes. Let's go to the 20-minute one.
Yeah, you see it like almost like an airport where you see like all the times in one thing. And they had that there too, but you could use the app, which was actually a lifesaver because you could be a lot more strategic with what you're going to wait for and what you're not, right?
Yeah.
So that was helpful because it was like, all right now, Transformers is 2 fucking hours. So let's see what it's like in a few hours. And then all of a sudden we caught a time where it was like 45-minute wait. And we ran in there quick, and we got through it quick.
Nice.
So it was great. It was later in the day, so we got in there quick, and it was lucky. The app is definitely a lifesaver.
Yeah. Gotta check that out.
The Fast Pass is like so expensive. We didn't even get it.
Don't.
Because it's like, bro, it's like more than ticket. It's like insanely priced. And there's also so many people that do get it that I don't even know how much faster that shit is.
I heard about Disney's Fast Pass. It's even more expensive than Universal's. And also, you still got to wait.
Right.
Because it's Disney. And you're waiting on top of line after line. And it's like, fuck, man. So like the longest Fast Pass lane could still take you 25 minutes to get on the ride. And it's like, why am I paying so much extra money if everyone's still going to do it?
Yeah.
It's difficult because it's a love-hate relationship with these theme park rides. They're too big for their own good, but also when you get on it, you're just like, fuck, man, this is awesome.
I know.
Did you go? This isn't an IP ride, but it's at Universal. Did you go on the music one?
No, I didn't do that one.
But you know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
saw it from the outside.
That was a really, really nice one because that was kind of refreshing where it's like, it's not IP related. It's 20-minute, 30-minute wait time most of the time.
Yeah.
And you just put on some music while going on a roller coaster. I'm like, that's kind of fun. That's genius. You can play any song you want. And it's like,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I played Black Eyed Peas and I was like, fuck it, you know, I'm riding the roller coaster while Pump It's playing. And I'm like, yeah. But I don't know, like, have you been to Disneyland?
No, I haven't. So we didn't want to do both because we were literally there for like a short amount of time,
Fair enough,
days, and it's like it's fucking exhausting, bro.
It is.
You need a recovery day after a day like Universal.
Yeah.
And God bless all the people that bring young kids there.
Yeah,
because us, like a group of adults, were fucking exhausted, bro. Like I couldn't imagine like an 8-year-old kid. Like an 8-year-old kid's gonna tap out after a while and just be cranky. And then you just spent $1,000 for your family to go there. Yeah. And your kid's fucking cranky a few hours in. Yeah. And it actually becomes like a stressful experience. So
it's very much a stressful experience. It's like, especially Disneyland, because those kids, man, like if you have a daughter and you got to take them to the princess area, and if you got a boy, a kid, son, whatever, and it's just like, fuck, now we got to take them to Monsters Inc. Now we got to take them to Lilo and Stitch. And it's just like, you're handling so much shit and you just want to go home.
Yeah.
I never want to see Mickey Mouse ever again after Disneyland type of attitude. And it's like,
and it sucks. But yeah, you're right. I think they've gotten a little bit too big for their own good, but they just very much know what they have, and what they have is good, is like amazing.
yeah, especially like once Disney bought Star Wars officially, man. Did you see what they
Holy
did?
shit.
What the fuck? It's literally just Star Wars land.
I know.
They made Star Wars land. Of course it's going to cost extra. It's not like you can just walk into these places anymore. You have to have your own fucking card and be like, "No, I paid to be in Star Wars."
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, man. Like,
Yeah, the price is like, it is a problem. It's like, I don't know, it's fucking, consumerism at its finest. Like, it's
Truly.
the highest level. Like, they've just got it all figured out, right? They
Yeah.
make it so easy to buy.
mhm,
They put like this pressure on you to buy stuff all the time.
of course.
Especially like, I could imagine Disneyland with a kid,
Yeah.
you have like you could have lunch with a princess and all this stuff that
Winnie
your
the
kid's gonna want
Pooh.
to do
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever. So it's insane. It's insane. It's definitely like morally like I see the way that shit operates, and I'm like, this is kind of disgusting, but I'm also
Do you-
having a great time.
Yeah, but do you know how much some of these roller coasters cost?
Oh, that's a piece of it too.
Fucking insane, like tens of millions of dollars. So they got to put a lot of work into it. So it's like Despicable Me, it's made them billions of dollars. Yeah, they're gonna spend like 50 million on the Minions ride
Yeah.
because they look at profit and whatnot. I would say try to go like Universal. I went to Universal in California.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more like what the studio lots are and stuff. You're able
Oh,
to
cool.
explore because they actually have studios there and they're fucking huge. Like if you think Toronto film studios are big, I remember as a kid going there and being like, these are their own islands. We're walking into a studio that's like just as big as an island. And it's like, yeah, that's what they're filming.
Wow.
Big LA and stuff. So if you're more film oriented, film nerd type of
I
thing,
definitely want to do the California one.
Universal, yeah, man. That's where it started, like you said, in the 60s.
Yeah.
And they just grew with that. So you get to see like the Bates motel or whatever. And it's like, holy fuck.
Even
Norman Bates.
which ones do they have in Japan? Japan has
They got Universal.
Japan has a Universal, and they have a Disney, right?
Yeah, Tokyo Disney. And then, or am I thinking, is Universal, I know Tokyo Disney was a big deal because that came out in the 80s. And then they even have one in fucking France.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, yeah. Disneyland in France, which is the smallest one because of just, I think that was the last one that they did before they were like, okay, we're done with international. We did one here. Yeah, so there is one in Osaka, Japan, Universal Studios.
Oh, wow.
They
Damn,
know.
that would be a cool one too, man.
That would be, look, here's the thing. I was in Japan in January. I had too much shit going on.
There's too much more. There's so much to see that it's like
Japan.
if you're spending time at you're spending a day at Universal, you're almost wasting a day.
You're wasting. Okay, it would be like 2 days because
Right.
crash out, man.
Oh, for sure. Exactly. You're right.
Because man, it
So it's like
been,
if you're doing like a 3-week trip to Japan, yeah, maybe you can get Universal in, right? But
Exactly.
if you're not, then maybe that's not the best way to spend your time. Over there.
Exactly. I always wondered about that too with a lot of these places. It's just like, would it be easier just to go to this area instead of the main ones being Florida and California?
Yeah.
Because I remember hearing about this. Canada was supposed to have a Disneyland in Niagara. And then the deal fell through, and guess who replaced it? Marineland.
Wow.
We got fucking
Everyone
Marineland.
loves Marineland.
What a fucking lie. They lied to us. Nobody loves Marineland. We just
Nobody.
let it exist for like 30 years. Is it still open? I think after like the SeaWorld controversy, they'd be fucking done by now.
Yeah, I think they're cooked, but maybe they're still open.
Yo, fuck Marineland.
They definitely don't got budget for commercials no more.
Yeah, you don't see those commercials anymore. They're fucking defunct.
I remember that commercial. That commercial would just loop on TV. In Ontario, something said. Yeah,
the story goes.
That was great.
Fuck you, Marineland.
Oh yeah, temporarily closed. Rest in piss.
Rest in piss. Good. Good.
Fuck you,
Fuck.
Marineland.
The closest I remember Canada's Wonderland getting was Paramount Pictures. They had this ride called The Amazing World of Hanna-Barbera. And that was a virtual ride. As a kid, I loved it because you got to see Yogi Bear, you got to see
Sick.
Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, all interacting, and the seats moved. And I was like, that was my first time getting that interactive experience. And then Universal just blew it out of the fucking water. And I've loved it ever since. My favorite ride still is Transformers. It was so cool. Dude, you're literally in a Michael Bay movie when you're on that ride, man.
I know, it really felt that way, huh?
It's amazing. But in terms of roller coaster attitude, I'd say Hulk.
Hulk looks like I'm not a roller coaster guy at all. I skipped Hulk. So
then yeah, you wouldn't.
The line's long. I'm probably gonna shit my pants. I gotta walk around here all day. I can't be like dizzy or ready to pass out.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But my uncle and my little cousin, who's fearless, went on Hulk. He loved it.
Fuck yeah.
They went on the Jurassic Park one.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah, and apparently that's like one of the most insane roller coasters.
Is that the water one where it's like you?
No, so we all went on that one. That one was fun.
Yeah.
But they have a newer one that's called the Velociraptor.
Ooh.
That's like a coaster, like more of like a Canada's Wonderland coaster.
Oh fuck yeah!
But it's like it's supposed to be like the most scary one in the park.
Oh shit!
The fastest.
Yeah.
And has a bunch of loops and shit. So I looked at it. I was like,
nope.
Hell no. But they went on that shit and they said it was like insane. Like my uncle who loves roller coasters was like, that's the most intense roller coaster I've ever been on.
Damn.
So they have it. They have the casual stuff, the nice experiences, the chill stuff you could bring your grandpa to or something.
Exactly.
But also they have the
roller coasters.
The roller coasters for like a roller coaster fan. And if you're either one of those people, I think there's enough for you to have a good time.
Oh, for sure. There's so much variety too. As expensive as we're talking about, we're complaining about prices and whatnot. There is something for all ages. Like they're not exaggerating when they say that. They try to fit as much shit. Like if you're like a 5-year-old, you can do this. If you're 20, if you're 60 years old, hey, we got a spot for you too. Don't worry. And I really like that. I also like the fact that Universal still has that film preservation attitude with the Universal monsters and stuff. I'm like, fucking A, man. Like as someone who likes film, I love when they do that.
Yeah.
I guess I want to know if you had to pick a ride that's like based off of a movie or something that you want to see from Universal or Disneyland or whatever, what would it be? What movie would you want to turn into a roller coaster?
What comes to my head immediately, you're going to flame me for.
Oh, don't.
Polar Express.
We're doing, what is this, a Christmas ride?
I want a Christmas ride.
You want a fucking
Polar
Christmas
Express.
ride in
cool
August?
Would that be?
In August?
Yes.
What are you okay,
Bro,
fine.
I love Polar Express. As a child, I used to imagine myself on the fucking train.
Okay. You know what? That would be great. I feel like I'll let you have it. No. I'm not rejecting it. I'll let it be.
I don't know why that's the first one that came to my head. It's probably not my number one answer, but what's yours?
Mine, dude. Top Gun fucking Maverick. I want to feel like I'm on that plane. I want to hear the voice people being like, "Goose on your tail." This.
Doing like a barrel roll and shit. How cool would that be?
Dude, imagine like sick. Just recreate the climax of Top Gun Maverick.
Did I say Polar?
I don't know why you said Polar. I'm thinking roller coaster energy.
So much sense.
Top Gun fucking Maverick, man.
I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I want CGI Tom Hanks, please.
What?
I'm begging you. That's what Universal's missing.
Hey, you locked in your answer, man. Whatever. I'm glad we talked about these roller coaster rides, man. It's such a great
fun episode. Yeah. I want to hear your guys' memories because I'm sure you guys have been to some parks that we haven't. I would love to hear your experiences, your childhood experiences going to Universal, Disneyland. If any of you guys have been to the Japan one, tell us what's up over there if it's worth going to. If you're new here, please subscribe. It means the world to us. Leave a like, comment, and support your boys. We appreciate you guys. Take care. Brush your hair.
Peace.